Imagine a world of endless information, a universe of knowledge, vast and untamed, yet hidden in the digital chaos. For years, the internet was a sprawling, disorganized library until two students from Stanford decided to do something impossible. They didn't just want to organize the world's information, they wanted to make it universally accessible and useful. This is the story of a search engine that became a verb. A company born in a garage that now shapes the very fabric of our reality. This is the legend of Google. Our story begins in 1995 at Stanford University, where two young minds met under circumstances that were, frankly, less than amicable. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, one quiet and visionary, the other gregarious and analytical, initially found each other annoying. Yet, they shared a profound obsession: the chaos of the nascent World Wide Web. At the time, existing search engines were mediocre. They ranked results based on how many times a search term appeared on a page. It was a popularity contest, not a meritocracy. The web was growing exponentially, and finding anything meaningful felt like sifting through sand with a sieve. The established search engines of the era, like AltaVista and Excite, were rapidly becoming overwhelmed by the sheer volume of content, delivering slow, often irrelevant results. Larry and Sergey had a revolutionary idea rooted in academic citation. They observed that in academia, the importance of a paper is measured not just by its content, but by how many other respected papers cite it. They applied this principle to the web, creating an algorithm they initially called PageRank. This algorithm didn't just count links, it weighted them, giving more authority to links coming from important, high-quality pages. It was the digital equivalent of a popularity contest judged by respected experts, not by the sheer masses. The initial name for their project was Backrub, a nod to the analysis of backlinks, but they soon settled on something grander: a playful misspelling of the mathematical term Google, the number 1 followed by 100 zeros to signify their mission to organize the seemingly infinite amount of information on the web. They truly believed in the cosmic scale of their ambition. In 1998, their venture officially took root, armed with $100,000 in seed funding, including a famous, unsolicited check from Sun Microsystems co-founder Andy Bechtolsheim. Written to a company that didn't technically exist yet, Google was officially incorporated. Their first headquarters? A rented garage in Menlo Park, owned by their friend Susan Wojcicki, who would later become one of Google's key executives and CEO of YouTube. They ran the first servers from a flimsy cabinet built from Lego bricks. The mission was simple yet world-changing: to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. In the early 2000s, Google's growth was explosive. Users flocked to the simple, clean white search page because their results were simply better, faster, and more relevant than the competition. The key difference was speed and integrity. Google focused solely on search quality, famously refusing to clutter its main page with news, stock tickers, and distracting links like its rivals did. But how did a simple search engine become one of the biggest companies on Earth? The answer is twofold: monetization and product expansion. The early mantra was "don't be evil," and a central tenet was keeping the search results clean and unbiased. This meant they needed a genius way to make money without cluttering the main search page or compromising the user experience. The solution was AdWords, launched in 2000. It revolutionized digital advertising. Instead of selling expensive banner ads based on page views, AdWords allowed businesses to bid on keywords and place small, relevant, non-intrusive text ads alongside the search results. Crucially, these ads were priced based on performance. The company only paid if a user clicked on the ad, a system known as pay-per-click. This wasn't just advertising, it was contextually relevant service. It turned user intent into profitable action and created a revenue engine of unprecedented scale that funded decades of innovation. Under the leadership of Eric Schmidt, who joined as CEO in 2001 to provide adult supervision to the young founders and professionalize the operation, Google went public in 2004, The IPO was an unconventional Dutch auction intended to make the shares accessible to everyone, staying true to their anti-establishment roots. The IPO was a watershed moment, valuing the company at over $23 billion. But Google didn't stop at search. They embarked on an aggressive acquisition and development spree, driven by the goal of indexing the entire human experience and expanding beyond the desktop. In 2004, they launched Gmail, offering an unheard of 1 GB of free storage at a time when competitors offered mere megabytes. It was so disruptive, many thought it was an April Fool's joke. In 2005, they secretly acquired Android, a mobile operating system that would dominate the global smartphone market and bring their services to billions of pockets. In 2006, they acquired YouTube, cementing their dominance in video content and user-generated media. By the end of the decade, Google was no longer just a search engine, it was the invisible operating system running the modern internet, connecting the world through data. In 2015, in a move that shocked the tech world, Google's founders announced a massive corporate restructuring. They created a new parent company, Alphabet Inc. This wasn't just a name change. It was a strategic shift to manage the sprawling, ambitious empire, separating the highly profitable core business from the moonshots. Google itself would focus on its core internet products: search, ads, YouTube, Android. The other more speculative ventures like self-driving cars, Waymo, health tech Verily, and high-speed internet were spun out as independent other bets. This structure allowed for both focused execution in the core business and ambitious, futuristic experimentation in the bets. The baton of Google's CEO was passed to Sundar Pichai, a soft-spoken but formidable leader who was instrumental in the success of Chrome and Android. It was under his watch that the company's focus shifted from mobile-first to the current paradigm, AI-first. Google had been a leader in artificial intelligence for years, exemplified by its acquisition of DeepMind in 2014, whose algorithms famously mastered complex tasks like the game of Go, beating world champions. But the late 2010s and early 2020s saw the public debut of powerful generative AI capable of creating text and images. In response, Google poured its resources into developing groundbreaking large language and multimodal models. This culminated in the release of the Gemini models, which were designed to be natively multimodal, meaning they can understand and operate across text, images, video, and code seamlessly. This intelligence is now rapidly being integrated across the entire Google ecosystem, from search and workspace to Android and coding tools, fundamentally changing how these products function. This wasn't just an update, it was a retooling of the entire company, ensuring that the next chapter of human knowledge, which is created and summarized by AI, would still be accessible and useful, just as Larry and Sergey had intended. The search for information is becoming a conversation with a highly intelligent system. Today, Alphabet is one of the world's most powerful entities, driven by the sheer scale of its data, the strength of its global infrastructure, and the growing sophistication of its AI. It influences nearly every aspect of digital life, from communication to commerce. Looking ahead, the future of Google is inextricably linked to the future of intelligence itself. The other bets, like Waymo and Verily, are maturing, promising to bring autonomous transport and advanced healthcare into the mainstream. In the core Google unit, we can expect to see AI move from simply answering questions to actively anticipating needs, becoming a true digital assistant. In search, the search bar is evolving into a complex AI tool capable of synthesizing information from multiple sources, providing a single contextually rich, real-time generated answer rather than a list of links. In health, using AI to accelerate medical discoveries, personalize treatment, and analyze complex genomic data at a superhuman scale, promising longer, healthier lives. In computing, moving beyond screens to ambient, everywhere present computing, where Google's AI is integrated seamlessly into the environment through voice and vision, predicting needs before they are even articulated. The challenge for this global giant is not technological, but ethical. As Google evolves from organizing information to creating and deploying intelligence at scale, The original "Don't be evil" mantra is more critical than ever, guiding the responsible development of a technology that can reshape society. They are now the curators, and to a large extent, the creators of the digital future. From a doctoral thesis scrawled on a whiteboard to a global powerhouse, Google's story is a testament to the power of a single audacious idea. They didn't just build a company, they built the roadmap for the digital age and continue to write its next chapters.